What's up everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Bailey Canning. I run a web design and digital marketing studio called Inbound Web Development, where we work with ambitious architecture firms to help them generate project leads, sign their ideal clients, and ultimately grow revenues. In today's video, I wanted to quickly detail our 5-step marketing process for architecture firms that has resulted in several of our clients being able to generate anywhere between 10 to 20 project leads per month. This marketing system will work for your firm, whether you're a small boutique studio or a large established practice with several office locations. I'll just be briefly going through each 5 key items today that your firm needs to focus on. However, if you did want to get a more detailed overview of everything that goes in to building out a plug and play lead generation system for your architecture firm, then definitely check out our free guide, link in the comments. It's called the Growth Marketing Playbook for architecture firms, and it essentially runs you through each step that I'm going to talk about in much more detail. Alright, so when it comes to digital marketing, the first thing your firm needs to get right before it can move on to literally any other online marketing activity is going to be to design and develop a high-end website that can essentially serve as your digital marketing foundation. This is super critical because 1, most firms do not have a well-designed website, and 2, before we can even think about driving traffic to the website, first we need to make sure that the website is completely dialed in from a design, lead generation, and copywriting standpoint. If we fail to take this step and we try to move on to step 2 or 3, which I'm about to talk about, then you're going to be completely handicapping the effectiveness of any future marketing campaign. So that's why I tell all my clients the first step to work with us is to redesign their website, unless they already have a well-designed website to begin with. The good news is designing and developing a highly effective website for your firm doesn't need to take forever. What I tell most of my clients, unless we really need to redesign a massive website, is that we can just start with a simple phase 1 build to design and develop all the essential pages that your website needs to be able to effectively tell your firm's story and generate leads. Reason being for this is that all of our marketing efforts are going to be aimed towards getting more traffic on the website so that those visitors can ultimately convert into a marketing qualified or sales qualified lead for your firm. However, if we don't have a strong website with excellent copywriting, excellent high-end visuals, along with the proper technical foundation in order to build upon with other marketing activities and campaigns, then we're really just going to be handicapping ourselves for the long term, and our marketing efforts are always going to be hampered by a poorly functioning and poorly designed website. So that's why the first step to work with us is generally almost always going to be to redesign a website. This would include not just, the design, but also thinking in terms of first principles and developing an effective marketing strategy to not only inform the design of the website, but also a future marketing campaign. Moving on to step 2, and that is going to be to pursue an SEO campaign. SEO meaning search engine optimization. Basically, once we have an effective website, we then want to start increasing the website's traffic, because the more people we can get to the website in your local service area, then the more opportunity there is naturally to generate leads. SEO is a very long-term play, and it's likely going to take several months to see results. Not to say we can't get results soon, but you really need to be prepared for a long-term effort in order to see results. However, that leads me into step 3, which is Google Ads. Now, Google Ads are great because basically, along with SEO, we can build out a full search strategy so your firm can get found by its ideal prospects online when people are searching for either local firms in their area or services that your firm provides. This way, all of our marketing efforts are going towards people who are actively in market for your services, and we're not taking some sort of spray and pray approach where we're just trying to reach as many people as possible and just hope that ultimately we're going to be able to connect with people who just so happen to be looking for an architect. Google Ads are great because they essentially allow you to pay to play. So think about it like, when you go to Disney, there's that fast pass thing you can buy, at least there was when I was going as a younger kid. And essentially, Google Ads allows you to bypass the hard work of ranking organically through an SEO campaign for all of the keywords you might want to rank for. Instead, you can just pay to get to the top of Google's search result pages for any keyword you want. So I recommend my clients focus on both a Google Ads campaign as well as an SEO campaign concurrently. Now, step number 4 I would recommend is that your firm needs to be creating content. This could just be simple blogs. What I would really recommend though is videos just like this one, Or you could also start a podcast as well, which could be a very effective marketing and content funnel for your firm. Now, you need to be creating content because that's what's going to allow your firm to get found online when people are searching for research-related terms around starting a project and researching the process of their project. Now, there's a lot of research that would need to be done into creating a strong content strategy for your firm. But what I would recommend doing just to start is just simply answering questions that you commonly get during the sales process, and also just put yourself in the shoes of your ideal clients and think about what are some of the questions that they're going to probably have before they go ahead and hire an architecture firm. And then also, what are just some key details that they should know about the project they're considering. This way, one, you present upfront value to the prospect, which is going to build you as an authority figure or your firm. You're also pre-qualifying them. So this way, when you do get leads down the line, they're going to have already consumed a lot of your content and they're going to be pre-sold. And there's just going to be a lot less explaining that you need to do. So the sales process is going to be much smoother once they actually convert into a lead. Finally, once you have a lot of content, the best way to repurpose that content is what I would recommend doing, which is setting up an automated email marketing system where essentially anyone who fills out a form on your website or opts into a lead magnet that you might develop, basically from there, your email marketing system can automatically follow up with them. I would recommend on a weekly basis. And this way, you're touching points with a prospective client every single week automatically, so you don't need to think about personalized emails. Instead, they're just going to get one helpful email from your firm per week, and essentially that'll just be some sort of helpful content that you should be producing based on what I said in the last segment. This is going to be very critical for architecture firms because you're not selling a $5 service. This is a high ticket item and it requires a lot of research on the homeowner or business owner's end. And it's also going to be a very long process once the project actually starts. Because of that, the sales process is not going to be very quick unless they're already have done their research and they're looking to hire an architecture firm today or at least consider various proposals. So the key thing with the email marketing and the content you're producing alongside that is that you're taking, anywhere between like a 3 to 6 month approach to the sales cycle, whereas probably most of your competitors are taking like a 3 to 6 day approach to the sales cycle. By following up with them on an automated weekly basis, you're going to be able to stay top of mind with your prospects. You're going to be able to build trust and authority because you're clearly the expert on this topic. And then from there, when the person is finally ready to make a decision, whether it be a month from now or a year from now, you're going to have been the only firm who's been playing this game, and you're going to be in prime position to close that sale essentially once they actually contact you for that first time consultation. All right, so I hope you found this video helpful. I know it's very confusing to get started with a marketing campaign because there's so many different things you could be potentially doing. It's really hard to focus on the 1 to 2 key critical drivers that are going to make the most impact for your business from a lead generation and sales perspective. Like I said, there's a whole guide I put together called the Growth Marketing Playbook for Architecture Firms that runs through this exact process that we've been successfully implementing with many of our clients. Definitely download that and read through it when you've got a chance. There's a bunch of interesting graphics that visually explain this along with a detailed written explanation below those in each key area that I talked about today. And so yeah, if you find this video interesting, definitely subscribe to this channel because I'm putting out weekly content all about how to grow your architecture firm online with digital marketing. Now, if you want to see what it would take to get this entire marketing process set up for your firm, then definitely feel free to book a free strategy session with me where I'll take the time to learn about your goals, where your firm currently stands in relation to those goals, and help you put together a detailed marketing game plan to achieve your sales and lead generation objectives. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.